welcome back, everybody. We are here with defensive lineman Nate Burrell ahead of the Week 3 game against San Diego State. We'll go to Cody Henderson from the Week Winners for the first question.
Hey, Nate. Great game on Saturday. Auburn had some pretty big guys on the offensive line. Can you talk about you and, maybe the rest of the defensive line's mentality going into that game?
Most definitely. They did have bigger guys and, we're used to seeing up front. And we just wanted to come out and be as physical as we can, get our hands on them, make sure we're initiating the contact and just doing everything we can to let our linebackers play free, not getting not letting the linemen come off on double teams and just being physical. That was our main goal of that game, is to be physical, come off fast, and start fast.
Thanks, Nate.
No problem. Appreciate it. Thank you, Cody.
All right, we'll go to Jim McGill from Bear Insider.
Hey, Nate, congrats on a big win that was big for both the program and for the fan base. How do you build on that as a program, and obviously not focus on it, but build on it?
Yeah, most definitely. We after the win, we were very excited. Like how you said, it was a big win for the program and as a team. We've been working that hard for. Especially after last season coming that short. But we're just trying to use that as just motivation to show that we don't let the outside noise get to us, because a lot of people didn't think we'd be able to win that game. And from the start, from the beginning of the week, we knew we can win. We knew we had the guys to win. We just had to go out there and execute like we did. And there's still stuff to clean up. But, yeah, just looking at that, looking what we could do better, and then moving on to SDSU and see how we can implement some of those things there.
You seem like you're playing with some more physicality this year. Are you stronger or more confident or more experienced? What's the difference?
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like adding a little bit more weight to my frame this year has helped me out tremendously in the run game. And then, I also just lifting a lot. Coach B in that summer program, obviously getting me bigger and stronger, ready for the season. And like how you said, just experience, having 2 years, being a rotational starter guy, is just getting reps against a lot of good offensive linemen, a lot of good teams, some great schemes that we've played. So just all three of those, honestly, yes, that made me a better player.
Are you a little healthier too?
Yeah, 100%.
That helps, obviously.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No problem. Appreciate the question.
We'll go to Jeff Rada from Cal Bears on SI.
Hey, Nate, congrats. You said you went from people not believing in you to this week, your quarterback getting apparently a standing ovation in one of his classes. When we talked to Javian a few minutes ago, he said it's important for you guys to avoid getting the big head now. You've got a team coming in that got shut out last week. How do you avoid that? How do you make sure you stay as hungry as you have been?
Just, eating crumbs out. What Coach Wilcox says, just making sure, and how you said, Javen said, not get too big-headed, making sure we're staying on our keys, techniques, just attacking the little stuff. And how I said in the last question, just looking at that Auburn game, seeing what we did wrong and making those corrections, not only looking at, the good plays and what we did right, but also looking at the wrongs and how we could improve as a team, and we could have played that game even better. In my opinion, I'm pretty sure the whole team feels like that. But, yeah.
If I can ask you a question on a different topic, this was the first of a series of really long road trips you guys are going to have this year. How do you think this trip went in terms of all the logistics and just you guys coping as players with everything that's part of it, and how much does it prepare you for the grind ahead?
Most definitely, how you said, it was a long trip, but, we knew what we were going into, and we knew how long the trip would be, and, long hours, time change and things like that. But I feel like we attacked it well, being out there a day earlier, being able to do a little bit more things, practice, walkthroughs, getting used to the weather, things like that. I feel like we adapt really well to that and just keep going on. Like when we play Florida State and other teams like that, just going out there, getting used to the weather, things like that, and making sure we're doing our job.
Is it a matter of you have so much to cram in there, including whatever academic stuff you may have? It's just a matter of being real efficient and organized?
Yeah, I would say that, to be honest, too. Just making sure we're being efficient with our time, organized, because we do have time to get our schoolwork done, which all of us go ahead and go do that as well. We have not a day dedicated to that, but, some pretty long hours. And then just making sure we're doing what our coaches ask of us, and how you said, being efficient with our time.
You feel like you're ready for this?
Yeah, 100%. Me, the team, coaches, everyone, we're ready.
Thank you.
We'll go to Matt Moreno from Rivals.
And Nate, obviously there's been a lot of talk this offseason about how close you guys have become just as a team, the new guy welcoming in the new guys. Feels like there's a really, tight-knit group with this team. How important has that been to, getting off to this 2-0 start?
It's been very important, just making sure I could trust the guy next to me, just leaning on my brother. That's a big thing that as a whole D-line, including the edge guys, we talked about just trusting each other and obviously the linebackers and things like that. And then I think we had around like 40 or 50 new guys on the team, and we're just all coming together doing a little team bonding stuff during the summer when those guys first came in. I feel like it's definitely helped us get 2-0 and just trusting everyone.
You guys lead the nation in takeaways. Teddy, has 20 tackles already. There's a lot of contributions from all over. There was moments in camp where it felt like you guys were kind of reaching a different level as a defense. How close do you think you are to kind of taking things to another step forward with this defense overall?
Yeah, like how you said, we were playing really great, leading the nation in takeaways and things like that. But I feel like we definitely have another step as a D-line, as a defense, being able to shut teams out, not giving up any X runs, X plays, things like that. And I believe we're coming closer and closer every day as long as we keep working and getting better.
All right, we'll go back to Jim McGill.
The team suffered more injuries early season to starters than in recent memory, but it feels like the quality depth the staff has built has really impacted the program in a big way. Obviously, guys are starters for a reason. If starters are out, you're not going to be quite as good, but it seems there's not too much drop-off with the next unit. Is that something you guys are feeling? Are you feeling like there's enough quality depth where you don't have to necessarily be so careful out there, but you can be a little bit more relentless and maybe even a little reckless out there, playing as hard as you can, knowing there's guys that are good that can get out there and back you up?
Yeah, most definitely. That's the thing, especially in the D-line room, we talk about is no drop-off from anyone, no matter who goes in the game, from fifth year to freshman, just across the whole team. That is a big key for us, just making sure that there is no drop-off when if I'm in the game, TJ's in the game, Rick, anyone, anybody, including linebackers, corners, safeties, and the whole offense included. So I feel like that's a big thing we worked on as a team, just making sure that we're getting everyone better and we can all play.
Just want to dig a little bit deeper on the logistics. The whole flight thing, that's a chartered flight, no stopovers. You left after the game?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, charter flight, no, yeah.
Is it a pretty comfortable situation for you guys where you don't feel like you're real confined and you're back relatively quickly considering how long a trip it is?
Yeah, most definitely. We have a lot of space, lots of room, food to eat. The flights are amazing and comfortable seats, everything.
Makes a big difference, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Thanks.
Yep.
We'll go back to Matt Moreno.
Ryan McCullough's name has been brought up quite a bit already for the first couple games. Obviously, he's stepping into a bigger role with David going through some injury stuff. But what's it been like to see his growth going through camp and then this first couple games along that defensive front?
Yeah, Ryan, man, he's since the first day he got here, even last year, he's been a really smart guy, a great guy to be around. I love Ryan, and just seeing him grow, as you said, through this year in the fall camp and things, it's just been great. Learning things from Reese to guys like Reese X, even myself getting him a little tips and tricks when I can to help him out, and just watching him go crazy in these games and pass rush, being good in the run game as well. It's just great to see that coming from Ryan, especially how young he is and how much time he still has to become an even better player than what he already is.
And switching gears a little bit to this week's game, obviously a different type of team that you're playing this week. What have you seen from San Diego State on film, and what do you expect from their offense?
We've seen a lot of good things. They're a pretty big RPO run team with a lot of zone schemes in there. So we're pretty clued in, trying to make sure we're right with our feet work in the zone game when it comes to their runs. And then, like I said, RPO. So a lot of their runs have a lot of passes coming off of there. So we'll just have to get our hands up as a defensive unit, D-line especially, and try to make as many plays as we can.